Hi guys, in this video, we will start our discussion in analytic geometry. When we say analytic geometry, it is a geometry that uses rectangular coordinates or Cartesian coordinate plane. So now, we will tackle the distance formula. Distance formula is used to calculate the distance between 2 points. Let's take a quick look in our Cartesian coordinate plane. Our Cartesian coordinate plane is composed of 4 quadrants. We have first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant. The horizontal is the x-axis, and the vertical is the y-axis. So when you put a point, let's say it is x and y. Now let's proceed to our distance formula. So suppose that we have 2 points, p sub 1 is the x sub 1 and y sub 1. And point 2, which is composed of x sub 2 and y sub 2. So the distance formula is used to compute the distance between these 2 points. So this is D. Now, how do we compute that? We'll be able to use the Pythagorean theorem. If this point we will extend to another point and this point will be extend to another point. So this point is x sub 2 and y sub 1. And this is y sub 2 minus y sub 1. And here is x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So using the Pythagorean theorem, we have the square of the hypotenuse. It is the sum of the square of the other two sides. So d squared is equals to x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So the distance formula is equal to the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So this would be our distance formula. For our example 1, find the distance between point 1 and point 2. So our distance formula is equals to the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So we are going to substitute. So our x sub 1 is 1, and our y sub 1 is 4. Our x sub 2 is negative 3, and our y sub 2 is 2. So negative 3 minus 1 squared plus 2 minus 4 squared. So 4 squared plus, negative 3 minus 1 is equals to negative 4 squared. And then 2 minus 4 is equals to negative 2 squared. So negative 4 squared is equals to 16 plus negative 2 squared is equals to 4. 16 plus 4 is equals to 20. So square root of 20 is equals to 2 square root of 5. So our distance is 2 square root of 5. So in sketching the graph, we are just going to plot the point 1 and the point 2. So we are going to plot our point 1, which is 1 and 4. And our point 2 is negative 3 and 2. So their distance, or the distance of these 2 points, is 2 square root of 5. So for our example 2, if p point 1 is equals to x and 0.2 is equals to 2 and 5, the distance between these 2 points is equals to 5 square root of 2. So find x. So our distance formula is equals to the square root of x sub 2 minus x sub 1 squared plus y sub 2 minus y sub 1 squared. So square root of x minus 2 squared plus 0 minus 5 squared is equals to 5 square root of 2. So this is a special product, so we can have x squared minus 4x plus 4 plus negative 5 times negative 5 is equals to positive 25 is equals to 5 square root of 2. So to find x, we will equate this equation into 0. So this would be our new equation. So x squared minus 4x 29 minus 50 is equals to negative 21 is equals to 0. So we will factor this equation. So x plus 3 and x minus 7 is equals to 0. So our x is equals to negative 3 and x is equals to positive 7. So this will be our x. In sketching the graph, we are just going to plot our x and y. So our first x is negative 3 and positive 7. And our point 2 is composed of 2 and 5. This will be our point 1, which is our x. So connecting these points, so their distance is 5 square root of 2. Example 3. How far is the point 6 and 8 from the origin? So this would be our distance formula. And let's say that our x sub 1 and y sub 1 is composed of 0 and 0, which is the origin. And our x sub 2 and y sub 2 is the point 6 and 8. So let's use the distance formula. 6 minus square root of 6 minus 0 squared plus 8 minus 0 squared is equals to 6 minus 0 is 6 squared plus 8 minus 0 is 8 squared. So square root of 6 times 6 is equals to 36 plus 8 times 8 is equals to 64. So square root of 36 plus 64 is equals to 100. So square root of 100 is equals to 10. So this would be our distance in the point of the origin and 6 and 8. So let's going to plot here in our graph. So this would be our point 0 and 0. And let's going to plot the point 6 and 8. So the distance between these 2 points is 10. In our example 4, find the radius of a circle with a diameter whose endpoints are negative 7 and 1 and 1 and 3. So we're going to substitute here from our distance formula. So 1 minus negative 7 squared plus 3 minus 1 squared is equals to the square root of 8 squared plus 3 minus 1 is equals to 2 squared. So 8 squared is equals to the square root of 64 plus 2 squared is 4. 64 plus 4 is equals to the square root of 68. So the distance is 2 square root of 17. So in finding the radius, we have this formula of 1/2 times the diameter. So our radius is 1 over 2 multiplied by 2 square root of 17, which is our d. So our radius is equals to square root of 17. So last example, how far apart are 2 points negative 4 and negative 3 and 4 and 3 from each other? So using our distance formula, so our d is equals to the square root of 4 minus negative 4 squared plus 3 minus negative 3 squared is equals to 4 minus negative 4 is equals to the square root of 8 squared plus 3 minus negative 3 is 6 squared. Is equals to 8 times 8 is equals to 64 plus the square root of 6 is 36. So 64 plus 36 is equals to the square root of 100. And the square root of 100 is equals to 10. So in sketching the graph, we are just going to plot the 2 points. So our point 1 is -4 and -3, and our point 2 is 4 and 3. So the distance between these 2 points is equals to 10 units. So that would be all for our discussion about distance formula. Thank you for listening.